So that's how you dye wheels. What's up, y'all? It's Clyde with Cosmic Mojo. So today we're gonna be dyeing skateboard wheels. It's something fun you might want to do. You might wonder why not just buy wheels the color you want. But in my case specifically, all I ride now is the Pau Peralta Dragon Formula Nano Cubics by Andy Anderson for a number of reasons. Number one, I feel like the Pau Peralta Dragon formulas are just the perfect ATV wheel. The urethane is just a special urethane that can slide but still soft, so it can grip too. The Nano Cubics, which these are, Andy Anderson put these wheels out through Pau Peralta. The Nano Cubics have a certain shape to them and build that help you lock in with grinds because they're flat on the back. The only thing with these wheels, the Nano Cubic Dragon formulas, is they only come in white. So really the only way you're gonna get that Dragon formula in any color you want is if you dye the wheel. First thing you're gonna need is Dawn dish soap. This is gonna help your colors stick. A little bit of salt. This is also gonna help your colors stick. And then there's this Color Stay Dye Fixative by Ritz. This helps your colors stick for longer. And then what you want is Ritz Dye More Synthetic Dye. The synthetic dye is better for polyester, nylon, and acrylic, which polyester is poly-based, so that's like plastic, urethane. So this is recommended for anything rubber you're dyeing, and this is gonna help your colors stick better than regular just fabric dye. Get a drink in case you get thirsty. All right, so then you're gonna need wheels, obviously. Zip ties, I'll tell you why in a second. Nail clippers or a knife or scissors, whatever, to cut the zip ties. And then here I built basically 2 coat hangers. I'm sure everyone has 2 broken coat hangers. I have a lot because my clothes are always too heavy for the coat hanger to like hold up. So I had 1 broken coat hanger and I had to break another. So you just want to take the long piece of the coat hanger, basically put them together, put a zip tie around them, turn them into an X, put another zip tie the opposite way, you know, throw another one on the other way and then another one on the opposite way again, like that. If you can, use little zip ties so it doesn't get too much, you know, cover the wheel too much. But these are gonna help your wheel to hang inside the pot while they're basically soaking in the dye, so the wheel doesn't touch the bottom, because if the wheel touches the bottom, that part is going to be white, it's not going to dye. And then you want to get a pot. I just went and bought a cheap pot from Walmart because it's probably going to destroy the pot, so this will be one and done, or I'll just use this pot for dyeing wheels. So again, this is the first time I ever dyed wheels. I was gonna do lime green because I like the lime green Dragon formulas, but they didn't have the neon lime green in the synthetic dye, and I didn't really want to cheap out or get anything wrong. So yeah, you basically want to take your little thing like that, put your wheels through, and hang them in the dye like that. Also, you could adjust the way you're hanging your wheel, so the water level, you might only want to dye half your wheel. You kind of have to be careful so dye doesn't get on the other parts of the wheel throughout the whole process. But if you have your wheel like this, it might be like at an angle, so when you turn your wheel like this, you know, this half will be dyed, that half will be white. Just enough so they can still hang, maybe different lengths. Let some hang more than others. So as you can see, some of them I have tighter so it can hold it to the side more for a better angle. But those ones you kind of want to probably place on the lower coat hanger thing so it can hang as deep as possible, because then it won't be in that deep. All right, so first I'm going to pull these out and add the water and everything that has to be added to the water before I put the wheels in, so it doesn't splash on different areas of the wheel that I don't want it on. Turn that bad boy on. We're just gonna add a little bit of salt. And we're gonna do a teaspoon. This is kind of a tablespoon, but you know. Soap's done. Then we're gonna do just a little bit of this. Probably a tablespoon. Wow, it turned white. That's crazy. turned white as soon as it hit the water. Not sure if that was a chemical reaction or what that was. What I'm gonna do is only use half the bottle, and then I'll still have half for, you know, later, and conserving is always dope, so. So the water is just at the point where I can see steam coming off of it. Pretty hot, it'll probably burn your hand. So I'm gonna turn it down a little and then put the wheels in. You really don't want it to come to a boil because, you know, that's too hot and you might, you know, soften the urethane too much, and you don't want to alter the makeup of the urethane. So what you're gonna do is let it steam up and then turn the stove down so it can cook at that exact temperature. You don't want it boiling. Get your wheels, be very careful you don't drop the whole wheel in. Uh-oh. And you're just gonna place them in there. So as you can see, some of them are submerged more. It's basically like it gradually gets more pink. Like this wheel is almost completely submerged. That wheel's a little less submerged, a little less, and then this one's like, you know, barely in the pink. So then you're just gonna leave those sit cooking for about an hour, and then after that hour you can turn the stove off. I might have put too much dye even though I watered it down because they're looking pretty plum, but if I can get a nice burgundy and red, you know, I'm happy with that, whatever. It's an experiment. But so now what I'm gonna do is empty the dye, but I'm gonna put it in a container. I have this plastic pickle jar, and I'm gonna keep it in here because it already has everything in it. All I have to do is just, you know, use it next time. So try not to get anything on the white parts. That seems good. Put this whole contraption up here. This is very hot water. Okay. Now I think it's obvious that I added too much coloring, but that's okay. We're gonna see if they improve when we wash them off. Half of this. Pop those suckers back in. Well, here they are, finished product. They didn't really come out quite how I like, but that's all right. Still pretty dope. So now I'm gonna stick them in the freezer like I do all my wheels for about a week or two, and skate them when I'm good and ready.